So, I can't believe it, but this July was my 5th wedding anniversary. Yeah, thanks. Things are great, which is why we want to screw it all up and have a kid together. Yeah. So for a year, I had a tremendous amount of sex. I'm not saying the sex was tremendous, just that there was a lot of it. Kind of like in college, except I'm not doing the walk of shame back to the dorm and I remember his name. Yeah. Now, normally sex is hot and spontaneous, but when your mission is to get knocked up, you have like 2 days a month to get it right. There's no time for romance. My husband and I are driving in the car. He says, "Hey, let's hit up the 101 to wine country and make love in a vineyard." Yeah, how about you just pull over to this rest stop and we do it in the porta potty? This ain't the love connection, it's let's make a baby. My husband obviously needed a coach, so each sex session, I became like the trainer Mickey from Rocky. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Kid, get in there and work the body. And just when you think I've had enough, come back at me again, you son of a bee. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Okay, I took it too far. Surprisingly, talking like a 1,000-year-old Burgess Meredith during sex isn't hot. All that sex did not bear fruit, so to speak, so we moved on to in vitro fertilization, which is fancy talk to say that we tried to conceive in a lab. Mommy, where do babies come from? You see, honey, when a mommy and a daddy love each other, they go into separate rooms in a doctor's office. Yeah. And mommy puts her feet up in the stirrups and takes a Valium cocktail that could tranquilize a horse and waits for daddy, who's in the next room, pleasuring himself to Taiwanese TNA. And 9 months later, you were born. Why are you crying? Why?
You know, people assume you're having a lot of casual sex when you're a serial dater like myself. Negative ghostwriter, this does not happen. And it's kind of unfortunate because I am the perfect candidate for casual sex. All right? I have really low standards. I'm emotionally detached. And I love drinking. Have you guys noticed there's actually nothing casual about casual sex? There's no sweatpants and scrunchies. All right, I don't think anybody ever has to stop for a Cheeto break. All my friends right now are really into role playing, you know, like in the bedroom. Ugh, I think it's so weird. Creeps me out. Because they role play like the most boring and day-to-day situations. You know, like, I don't know, I'm avoiding the corporate world, so why would I want to pretend I'm a secretary? You know? I'm not a huge fan of education, so why would I want to put on a plaid skirt and call you my teacher? You know, if I'm gonna do something like that, like, I want to be a pirate or a princess. You know? I don't want to be a State Farm rep.
Now my youngest has left for college, so I'm all alone and I don't have anyone to mother anymore, which makes me really sad. And it makes me realize how much mothering is like sex, because when I can't do it for a while, I really miss it, right? And I just want to do it to the next person I see. Yeah, like I see a young guy like you. I'm just like, oh man. I would mother you so hard. Just want to get you in the minivan and drive you around. Get you a Happy Meal and bake you some cookies. Do you like chocolate chip cookies? Of course you do. Yeah. We can make that happen. I do feel kind of sorry for you young guys, though, with the whole cougar thing, because they're everywhere, and that must be kind of scary. Well, because if you haven't been with an older woman, it's probably not that appealing. But think of it kind of like riding in my minivan. So, at first, it seems old and boring. You'd be embarrassed if your friends saw you doing it. But then you get in and you're like, you know, this is comfortable. I feel safe. It's roomy. Side airbags. Nice. And it smells like chocolate chip cookies.
Now, probably this is a big reason why I'm a little bit different than most. See, I think the key to great relationship is to have sex first. Yeah, it's not. That's right. If somebody cannot impress you in bed, why should you get to know him? He's not clapping anymore. Sorry. Good. The other reason is you have to find out if you're going to be sleeping with the human burrito. Yeah, oh, yeah, you know. I'll tell them. This is the person that takes the blanket at night and they tuck it and they turn, tuck, turn, tuck, turn, tuck, turn. Human burrito. And then trying to get a piece of the blanket is like starting a lawnmower. Can I please have a little blanket?
Married sex now, that's exciting, isn't it? My husband's bugging me. My husband's always going, come on, please, get on top, get on top. Like I don't have enough to do. I'm like, all right, I'll get on top, quit your begging. Ring. Hello? Uh-huh. No, you're not getting me at a bad time. No. Just finishing up my to-do list. One more thing I can finish. Sunday, yeah. Okay. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. You ask him. Hang on. It's your mom.
I've got troubles, dating, whatnot. I'm seeing a new therapist, and she is really great in bed. Wow. Oh, my God. Seriously. She told me the way to true healing is through orgasm, and so far, she is right. Oh, my God. I am getting my money's worth over and over and over again. That's a good time. That's a good 50 minutes. But you know your life is not going well when you're considering grad school. Come on, seriously, no one's ever like, oh my God, I love my job. My life is amazing. I'm in the best relationship. God, I think I'll go back to school. No, it's like the worst. It's the end of the line. I've been thinking a lot about death recently because things are going so well. And I've decided that when I die, I'd like to be cremated because it sounds so delicious. Doesn't it? Cremated, yummy. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm not afraid of death. I'm not afraid at all. I'm just afraid that the person with whom I've made arrangements to come over and clean out my porn drawer is, because we all have the porn drawer, right? And the person with whom we've made arrangements. I'm afraid that that person is going to be so distraught because I'm dead that my mother is going to get there first. And my mom will not understand that naughty teenage sluts are really 40-year-old women in cheerleading uniforms, She wouldn't get it because she's not cool like us, She'd be disappointed. I was dating a New York City fireman for a while. He was either a fireman or a stripper. Either way, he had the outfit, ready for duty. Duty. Ooh. What? That's so gross. But yeah, I had to break up with him. It's just, I'm devastated. I had to break up with him, though, because every time we'd have sex, he would say the same thing. Could I please take off this mask? What? Come on, you little baby. Is it that big of a deal that I like Richard Nixon? I didn't make him do the voice. Tell me you're not a crook, Daddy.
So, I work as a cocktail waitress on the Strip. Have you heard of that? Isn't that awesome? Basically, it's a place where retarded people try to set up sex with each other. And it's so funny because, like, you'll see the most beautiful girl, right? And she'll walk in and she's carrying a $1,200 handbag and she's like, "Can I have a vodka tonic?" And then she goes back to text messaging her boyfriend who's sitting right next to her. And then there's this like false sincerity. "Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much." Isn't that the same as being rude? But the best is watching these people try to go home and do it with each other. Sorry, that sounded bad. But I would like to do a dramatic interpretation of this, if I may. Two people trying to go home together. Okay, here we go. I'll be playing both the part of the male and female retard. "So, where are you from?" "I'm from Chicago." "Awesome, I love Chicago. How many brothers and sisters do you have?" "2. "Awesome, I have 3. "Where are you from?" "I'm from Detroit." "Awesome, how many Oh wait, we already did that. I'm cold. Let's get out of here then. Everything happens for a reason." See, then she goes home and does it with him. Anyway.
The only thing I'm looking for when it comes to a man is I just want to find a man who appreciates a real woman as opposed to a little girl. Does anybody understand what I'm saying here? Do you understand? I mean, men who are interested in little girls need not apply. There's a whole different ballgame when you're dealing with women and little girls. Little girls, they're adorable, they're sweet. It has nothing to do with age, shape, or size. Goldie Hawn, little girl, cute, adorable. Angelina Jolie, woman. The biggest difference between women and little girls is in the sack. Okay, if you're having sex with a little girl, she's going to be pretty. It's going to be sexy. She'll be, making poses for you. Her hair will be perfect. And when she's done, she'll probably cry, and you might want to hold her. With a woman, it's a whole different ball game. You know what? We're not sucking in our stomach. Your dick's hanging out. You obviously like something. Our hair's going to get all messed up, makeup smashed all over our face, snot dripping out of our nose. We don't care how we get there, just so long as we get there. And when we're done, don't touch us. As a matter of fact, you know what? Leave the room. Go play PlayStation. Come check back in on us in 20 minutes, make sure we're not dead. And if we're there and we're popping another one out, it just means we weren't done, and you're welcome to come back in and join the party.
A lot of people like to talk sexy in the bedroom. They like to talk dirty, yeah? Huh? What do you think of that, right? But I say there are a few things that you don't want to hear a woman say, even in the bedroom. Like when you open up a condom, if she says, "What's that?" That's not good. That's not good. That's not good at all. I gotta tell you though, I do think STDs are kind of overrated, because if there's no foundation or walkathon set up, you're good. You're good. You're good. You got nothing to worry about, right? Yeah. A lot of people are worried about gay marriage. You guys know about this? Yeah, you know about this. People are worried about gay marriage. I don't understand why. They think the rest of us are gonna catch it or something like that, right? Which is so stupid because everybody knows you get that from public toilet seats. And that is just, there's no call for that kind of ignorance anymore, right? None. There's no call for that. Nobody needs that, right? But, well, Ron, I want to talk about safe sex for a minute. This is serious, okay, you guys? I want to talk about safe sex. Here's the thing. You got to use the butt plug, okay? Because if you don't, something could really slip up there, and that is not safe. That's not safe. You don't want that. You need that, and you also need a life jacket, I guess, because I'm seeing a lot about water sports on Craigslist. I don't really know what that's about, so I don't know. They say sex addiction can actually be a problem, though. Yeah, drugs, alcohol, sex addiction's a problem, too. I don't think so. I say sex addiction can only be a problem if you aren't hot. I mean, other than that, what's it about, right?
Here's something you might not know, though. Australian women are the most likely nationality in the world to sleep with you on the first date. Thank you. So I started dating Australian women, and it's awesome. That accent is adorable. Oh my God.
I just turned 26. I find myself like a weird age right now, you know, because I still feel like a kid, but I'm not. I'm like an adult, you know? It's weird. It's like I still feel like I can relate to like the college scene. You know, like I could go back to like a frat party, you know, maybe do a keg stand, right? Maybe get gang banged. Whatever. You know? Whatever those kids are doing. I don't know. Lately, though, I'm finding myself doing weird adultish-y stuff. You know, the other day I caught myself drinking cranberry juice without vodka. Right? What is that all about? My friends are leaping into adulthood, though. Tell you what, they're just like, they're all like getting married, buying houses. Here's a big one. They're having babies on purpose. Right? When did that become cool? I don't know. God, like a year ago, if any of my friends told me they were pregnant, it would be like, oh, shoot. Right? Now it's like, high five? Poke? I don't know.
I had a rough day today again. I spent the day in bed with my life partner. Her name is Kettle One, and we were talking about why I'm still single, and she came up with some really good ideas. I don't cook, and I'm not looking to learn, okay? I don't know how to clean, and there's a good chance I may be an alcoholic. Think guys would be a little bit more supportive of that. No. All they do is bitch and you drink too much, you sleep too much, wah, wah. It's like if you were drunk all the time, you'd be tired too. Is that easy? I want to know who decided coffee was a date all of a sudden. You know, let's go to the Starbucks or the Coffee Bean and get nutty. What is a Frappuccino gonna lead to? A piggyback ride? No. I went out with a guy the other night. He goes, you know, Chelsea, you don't have to drink to make yourself more fun to be around. I'm like, listen, nut. I'm drinking so that you're more fun to be around. Spice it up, bitch. I don't have a lot of time, okay? Where do these guys come from? I'm from New Jersey, and I know that's nothing to brag about, except for these two in the front. You can find Jersey trash anywhere. But I mean, guys out here are they're all therapied out, you know? Everybody's all AA'd out here. They have one hard night of drink and they want to throw in the towel. AA is for quitters. AA, they've got that catchphrase, rock bottom. When you hit rock bottom, you gotta go to AA and make it sound so scary. It's It's like I've hit rock bottom dozens of times. I've woken up next to a billy goat. You don't just give up. You never know when things are gonna come together. Have you ever been to an AA meeting? It's like, it makes you, I've never needed a drink more badly in my life. I went once because it's pretty much court ordered, but I thought I could give back to the AA community, be like a sponsor, you know, and have those guys, you know, call me at 2 in the morning, be like, I want to have a drink. And I'd be like, I have one, come over. My friends think I'm too picky. They're like, Chelsea, you can't just not go out with the guy because, you know, he doesn't have a job or a car because he's a small penis. You know, he could be good at other things. Like what, math? What? I have a girlfriend who's dating a guy who doesn't even have a car. It's like this isn't high school. This is at Manhattan, you know? You need to get a car. I don't care if it's a piece of car. I used to drive a Toyota Echo. Okay, I don't know if you all know what that looks like, but it's so little you don't even have to put it in reverse. You just pick it up and turn it around. Have a solid one-night stand in LA. I tried to bring some waiter home with me on New Year's. I put in like 2.5 hours of prime time Chelsea time. You know? And we get back to my place. He goes, I don't feel comfortable spending our first night together. It's like, listen, Lupe, this is our last night, all right? Get your hopes up. Get out that piñata. Let's get this party started. There's some sick stuff going on in LA with men, single men. I want to talk about it, okay? I want to talk about it. And now I'm just as much of a romantic as the next girl. But if I'm dating/sleeping with a guy and he shows up on my doorstep with beads and a flashlight, I'm gonna ask a couple of questions. Like, what's up with the flashlight? I got some pretty bad news the other day from my gynecologist who told me that I got herpes from my vibrator. That is the last time I buy anything on eBay. Speaking of romance, I'd like to talk about my last birthday. Now, are there single girls here who get vibrators for their birthday? Yeah, okay, yeah, right. 1 or 2 is kind of funny, right? 11 isn't. Okay, when I go out to dinner with my girlfriends and I get 11 it's like, what do you guys think of me? You think I'm sitting at home fucking double teaming myself? What? All you need is 1, okay? I get it, Jessica. God forbid I died in the middle of the night. My mother had to come clean out my apartment, you know? Find 11 vibrators with like 4 pornos. One of them about a family. You know, no! It's humiliating is what it is. I have this fear of commitment solely because I have a fear of becoming one of those happy couples, you know? The kind that are always running around like a couple of pigs and shit. So happy for themselves, you just want to fucking break up. You're like, oh, I have a roommate like that. We'll call her Camel Toe. And she is so annoying. All she ever talks about is her boyfriend, and all he ever talks about is his feelings. He's like 2 minutes away from his first period. And he writes her poems like a little fucking homo. It's like, guys, if you're writing poems, you're making up for some other shit, okay? We know, okay? You're making up for, like, you know, a big hairy back or 1 ball or something.
Since I moved to Los Angeles, I have had a lot of jobs, and I'm not ashamed to say that I've been fired from almost all of them. Most recently, it was a customer service job, but it was because the customers were mean. I swear. This one time, this guy called up and he goes, "I want to talk to somebody who knows what they're doing." And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Then you're going to have to call a different company altogether for that, sir. Because nobody here knows what they're doing, especially me. This other time, this woman called up, and I guess someone had put her on hold, and I picked up the phone trying to be helpful. I said, "Yes, you holding for someone?" She goes, "Yeah, and I can't hold anymore." I said, "Okay, goodbye." That's a true story. I guess I'm not really service-oriented, I'll be honest. Because I was a waitress, too, and I don't think I had the right attitude, because I'd walk up to a table, I'd say, "Would you like something to drink?" And they'd say, "Well, what are our choices?" I'd say, "Yes or no." You see what I mean? I was a bartender, too. Now, that's definitely a little better, because, at least you get to be drunk. But, you're also promoting drinking to strangers, which I'm all for, because, back me up on this, I think drinking has had a positive effect on our sex lives. We would all have less sexual partners if it weren't for alcohol, right? I know my list would probably go down to 250. 300 tops. But I'll tell you what, my mother even knows the positive effects of drinking. Before the first time I ever had sex, she goes, "You should probably have a couple of drinks because it might hurt." Yeah, it hurt all right when I hit my head on the dumpster.